Okay, so I found some stuff. So I've got my TV and Roku box hooked up to it, the fan, my ring light that I use for stuff, and that's all I've got. But it's using between 57 and 75 watts. It's fluctuating a little bit, and it's got 13.4 hours on it. So I'm gonna do this overnight, and then I'll plug in the panels to test those in the morning. Another test number 2. Let's see if it will make a latte. Test number 2 of using the latte machine is a pass. Good job. And that's a really high wattage unit. And just so y'all know, it went from 100% down to 95%. So that used 5% of the capacity. Okay, so finally figured out how this is working. So I've got all 800 watts hooked up to it, and it's very cloudy today, but it's got 110 watts of input. Very, very cloudy day, very efficient panels. I'm actually really excited to finally get the panels working, and here's what my issue was. During the recent outage that we had I'll show you, trying to get this to stay still. So these splitters, these have the option of having these off, this little top part, and I assumed that should go straight in there, but no. So you need it to be like that before it goes into the splitter. So it's finally getting a charge. I am very pleased with the results from the solar. It's only got 35 watts of input right now, but the sun is not out. It's a very, very cloudy day. And one of the things I do like about the Jackery panels is they are the most efficient panels I've ever worked with. So we've got this all the way up to 94%. I'm about to run out of daylight, maybe an hour and a half left. Maybe it'll get a little bit higher, but that's actually a really good job for how cloudy it was today. I do just want to let you know that the solar is in fact working. And I kept the unit in the shade. It is good up to a little over 100 degrees. It's about 100 degrees today. When we had the heat wave at 118, it would not charge. It's just too hot. But these are the new 200 watt panels, which are twice as big as the 100 watt panels. And they also have a new 80 watt. The new 80 watts are over there. And the 80 watt panels work just as well. And they're actually kind of cool looking. They just look kind of neat. But I'm gonna pack these up, and the pass-through is working, meaning that it's charging at the same time that I am charging my phone. So the unit is charging via the solar panels, and it's charging my cell phone. So that does work. I do just want to show you that the Jackery has also come out with these 80 watt panels. They are pretty slick. They're see-through when you take them out, and they're hard. So they're not like the Jackery standard stuff, and they actually work really good. So it's getting 98 watts right now, and we're not even in full sun. But these are really cool. I prefer the 100s only because, for starters, you can carry them like a briefcase, and they're not hard glass, so I'm not as worried about breaking them. They just seem more cool. But these are very rugged. They've got these rugged plastic things on the corners, which are kind of cool. And they just look really slick. They just look really neat. What is going on, YouTube? This is Prepper Princess, the author of Living on Almost Nothing. If you're interested, I'll leave a link down in the description box below. So if you all watched my power outage video, you knew I had the Jackery and it stopped working after the second day. while I was doing a review on it. So I went back and forth with the company, showed them the issues, and they agreed that I pretty much got a dud. So they sent me a new one to do a product review for, and I sent the old one back, and this one is so far working beautifully. So it is currently charging at 753 watts. The previous one would not even turn on the air conditioner, and this one is working. So it's plugged in right there. Air conditioner is in fact working. So it's a good one. All right, so 1,000 watts. This is the Explorer Pro. It is not the original Jackery 1000, I believe just regular Explorer. This one's a Pro, so it's a little bit different with a few more pros and cons. When you are using a unit that is 1,000 watts or less, it will power an apartment-sized refrigerator, but you are going to be much better off using something like the Changemore. This is an electric cooler. It's going to hold the same amount as an apartment refrigerator, but this uses so much less power, and it's a lot easier to transport, and you can definitely count on the Jackery lasting at least 20 hours non-stop, but I'm thinking it would be more like a week because of the battery storage in the Jackery, that it would be able to hold something like this without recharging. So it's definitely working on this, it's working on the air conditioner, it's working on pass-through generation. Pass-through means that it's charging at the same time that it is outputting power. So right now it's doing the air conditioner and the cooler, and it's hooked up to the wall to do the input. We've gone through all of the testing of the Jackery, and the Jackery does do as it is described. Now remember, this is the Jackery Explorer 1000 Pro. This is not the Explorer 1000. This one has a few modifications and improvements since the previous unit. First and foremost, it can take up to 800 watts of input, and that's a huge difference between the original 1000. So 800 watts is big. Jackery has also come out with the new 200 watt panel instead of the standard 100 watt. They also came out with a really cool 80 watt panel, and the 80 watt panel is like something kind of cool just to look at. It's see-through sort of, and it's already got a stand stuck on it, a nice metal stand, so it withstands wind a little bit better than the standard 1 or 200 watt panels. And the 1 and 200 watt panels use Velcro on the back with little cardboard-like stands, so there is a little bit of a problem when there's wind, but not with the new 80 watt panels. So what comes with this unit is this little pouch with DC 7909 and 7980 inputs. It also comes with a car charger and your standard wall charger, which I have charging right now. And we will go ahead and go over the manual at the end of this video, but I went ahead and went through all of the testing. It will work a microwave, it works the air conditioner for a very short amount of time, about an hour and a half. It will do a load of laundry, it'll run a CPAP machine, your laptop, your TV, DVD player, Roku modem, stuff like that. It'll also do your cell phones, tablets, stuff like that. When it comes to a 1000 watt unit, this is your basic emergency preparedness, or used typically for camping or RVing. If you're looking into long-term outage, you're going to want to go with a higher watt unit, about 2000 watts, and with a very large input. I would say at least 500 watts or more, and this one comes with 800 watts, so you can pretty much go in and out passive solar. So you're charging 800 watts in and you're using 800 watts, so you have a standard amount of power going for a really long time until sunset. So what comes with the unit is this light over here. It's a standard light, and then it's got the emergency beacon light. And that's pretty normal with every unit. And it comes with a really nice handle that goes up and down, as opposed to the ones that are usually just stuck in place. So you can put it down and you can put things on top if you want. Not saying you should put things on top, but you can if you want to. It's got your output right here, your input right here, and your percentage of the battery that you've got left. It also tells you what sort of voltage you are using. Over here is just the display button, and then the 12 volt, which is right there, which is your cigarette lighter adapter in your car. You've got your USB ports, 18 watt max and 100 watt max. and then that little button will turn those on, and then you've got your 3 AC standard AC in outputs, I should say. There's nothing on the side of the unit, but on the back is the charging ports. So here you've got your DC input, which is your solar panels, and I went ahead and tested out the solar panels, and the solar panels did exactly what they were supposed to do, as well as the input directly into the wall. So that is your typical unit, and we'll go ahead and go over the manual. You can check out the weight and the specs and all that cool stuff. Jackery user manual for the Explorer 1000 Pro. Feel free to pause the video at your leisure. And this is really important. I always do this at the end of my videos. I don't really see any other YouTubers doing it because I want my subscribers and viewers to know everything that I know. So if you have any questions, please go to Jackery.com. This video is intended to literally give you all of the information that I have on the unit, so you know everything that I know. And it does have a high temperature issue, it's not an issue, it's actually pretty normal. It will stop charging or discharging at 104 degrees. And as you all know, we had a heat wave of 118 degrees, and it did stop charging and stop working, but that was before they sent me this replacement unit and the heat wave ended. So I was unable to test the upper limits of the weather when it comes to this unit. And you just want to make sure you're safe when you're charging. So we only provide our warranty for the buyer who purchased on Amazon, Jackery website, or local authorized dealers. Okay, so if you buy it on eBay, you're not going to get a warranty. Oh, and that's it. So it goes to French. All right, everybody. So that is what I've got for you. Jackery Inc. You can go to Jackery.com. Or email hello@Jackery.com if you have any questions. And just so you know, I did attempt to call them, and it went straight to voicemail and said that they would respond within 48 hours. So there you have it. If this is the right unit for you, I'll go ahead and leave a link down in the description box below. Do what you can with what you've got. Prepper Princess out.